This is my '08 Impala. It is my daily driver, and right now it is taken apart. So, for those of you who have not watched the last YouTube video of me explaining why it's in the condition it is, let me just give you a quick briefing real quick. First of all, the reason why it's in the condition that it is in is because, well, for a long time my windshield has been leaking. Water was coming down from the windshield, down the A-pillar, inside the cab. Alongside the firewall, inside the cab, behind the dashboard, and I didn't know about it initially. That wasn't until water started pulling up in the driver's floor. I'm like, well, why is there water pulling up? So I looked for a leak. I couldn't find a leak anywhere. I looked around the doors, I looked around everywhere. I'm like, well, where's the leak coming from? So eventually I decided to take it to a windshield repair shop thing, and maybe it's the windshield leaking. So I took it there, and sure enough, the windshield was leaking. They pulled the windshield out, resealed it, and put the windshield back in. So it is the same windshield still, and I'm fine with that. I just don't want it leaking in the interior anymore. Now, because of this whole mess, I had to pull out all the interior, the seats and everything, because now I gotta put a new carpet in the thing. Now, I don't have the carpet yet, because it's coming in the mail, so it should be here this afternoon. Once I get it, I'll show you what I'm doing to put it in. So as of right now, I'm going to clean off this gear selector right here, because it is a mess. It's got sticky residue all over it and everything. I kind of cleaned up around everything right now, so I'm going to do that right now. And I'm also going to show you one of the problems with the car real quick too. One of the things I can do, if you take a look at the gear selector, I can actually shift it without having my foot on the brake, without having the key in the ignition, and that's not supposed to happen. So I'm going to show you what's going on and why it's like that. And am I going to fix it? No, because I don't care, because I'm pretty much the only one who drives this thing. Also, it passes in the States, so that's all I care about. So the reason why the gear selector on this thing is the way it is, where I can just grab it and shift it without having my foot on the brake or having my key in the ignition, is because of this harness right here. This harness right here is the harness that comes from the car that communicates to the shifter. And if you notice right here, there is a harness right here that's plugged into it that must have came out of another car. Why else would it be in here? It's not connected to anything. And these wires are supposed to activate little solenoids. I believe they're solenoids. I think, or maybe a motor. There's a little electric motor right here. Anyway, it activates these motors that move the locks behind here that keeps them locked in place. Well, they're all unlocked, and all this is doing is, if this plug is on, if this plug is out, it won't move at all. The gear selector won't work at all. So all this really does is keeps this gear selector unlocked. So what stinks about this though is if somebody wants to do something stupid, let's say it's in drive and they want to put it in reverse at 70 miles an hour, they can. Nothing's going to stop them. That's the only downside to it. But like I said, I'm pretty much the only one who drives it, and the likelihood of someone doing anything like that, I don't see that happening. Now, with everything said, that's not the only thing that's going to get done to the car eventually. A few more things that are going to happen is that, first of all, this radio. This is an aftermarket radio in the car, and it's starting to give me some problems. It's not working very well. So I'm going to replace the radio eventually, but as of right now, after spending money on a carpet, that's going to be a project for another day. So right now I'm just going to clean this off and go from there. With all this said, while I had all the seats taken out, yesterday I cleaned them all off, which I don't have any footage of that, but I cleaned them all off, cleaned them out, cleaned out the interior, and let me tell you, it was disgusting. I've never seen such a disgusting car interior in my life. But the thing is though, it was mostly in crevices I could never get to in my life. And honestly, it was about time for a carpet for that thing anyway. That carpet was beyond shot whenever I bought the car. Alright, got the carpet. And I gotta figure out how to open this stop this stupid box. Looks like it's just telling with staples. So, side. There we go. No, wait, I gotta do this right. virus contained. I think it probably wasn't a good idea to put this in the car. Come on. Oh, great. Hold on. And that could burn in the fire. Oh, that's nice. Man. This would be nicer than anything else in that car. Oh, man. This looks nice. Now it's time to put it in the car. Let's see what we got here. Alright. Alright, that's the front. This is the rear. Ugh. Also, I gotta figure out where to cut all the holes. So, now this one, unfortunately, because of how this particular Impala is designed, I gotta cut a hole around this gear selector. There were two versions of Impalas that you could get. You could get the one with the gear selector in the center, which is what mine is, or you get a column-mounted shifter, which means the shifter is behind the steering wheel. So because of that, I have a little more work to do on this one than I do if I had the other model. So, time to get the knife. Who's calling me? Nevada? I don't know anyone in Nevada. Okay. Make sure this is relatively center, because I don't want to cut in the wrong spot. Okay, I'd say that's about right. Ice cream truck. I need to stop what I'm doing to get that ice cream. Not really. I just want to get this done. it? 2:26. I got time yet. I must say though, I'll be happy when this is over. My carpet will look nice for once. All right. Oh God. So, just to let you know, on an Impala back seat, it's actually two pieces. Up front, the bottom, the seat, the actual seat itself, and the backrest. So, I just took the bottom part out because that was the only piece I needed to take out in order to get the carpet put in. So, I'm not too worried about it. And the reason why this would be easier is this weighs so much lighter than the other two seats. The other two seats are ridiculously heavy. Oh, I'm sliding on the carpet. That's not good. can't get the seat in. What the heck? There we go. Oh crap. This thing, it's not heavy, but it's just awkward to hold. It's actually really light. I was surprised how light it was. Alright, get that out of the way. Slide that in. Where's the, did I seriously bury that underneath the carpet? There's a plug that goes into this thing. I don't know where it went. Oh, there it is. Alright. Yeah, there's a plug that goes in here. That plug goes to the car outlets. There's 3 car outlets on these things. One here, one over here, one would normally be over here, but I don't have one over here. I took it out because I'm going to put the aftermarket radio component right there, the USB port. So that's for another day. But I just decided to take it out while this was out of the car. And then there's another one inside here on these cars. So go ahead and slide that down in there. And make sure you don't pinch your wires because you want your electronics to work. And if you're wondering what this little metal box down here is, that's an aftermarket component. So if you're working on your own car doing this, you're not going to run into that. Unless you're like me and modify your own crap. Alright, get this over here. Okay, those screws are lining up, and now these holes lining up? Yep. Now I need to get my Phillips head screwdriver. See how much of this car I can put back together. That'd be nice. Get all these screws put in. Okay, there's 2 screw holes up here. And we can probably put it back in park now. Not that it's going to go anywhere. By the way, like I said, when you're working on your car, you're going to have your key in the ignition. Mine's just got that stupid, that stupid lock problem on the shifter. I'm not too worried about it though. Like I said, I'm pretty much the only one who drives this. So yeah, this has been taken out multiple times because it's not wanting to go in very well. This center console. My knees are hating me now. My knees hate me. That's it. Nice and strong. Now I gotta put this piece in. Now, real quick, I'm just gonna mention this real quick. This piece goes around here, and that's fine. Well, there's supposed to be a chrome trim piece around here. Mine broke whenever I pulled the dash sheet out. It was very brittle, and I knew it was cracked to begin with. So I got to order a new piece. But for now, I'm just gonna put it in as is. So, and then you gotta move the shifter again. Get it in. And you just kind of pop it in place. Once I get that new chrome piece, I'll pop it in place. But for now, this will do. Oh, my back. That hurts. I'll be okay though. Alright. The seatbelt attached real quick. Seatbelt just is held in with one bolt on the side of the seat. Oh. Oh crap. Oh, come on. Are you kidding? Okay. Let's see if I get the plug at? Oh, there it is. I gotta plug the seat in. The way they got the front end of the seat put in is really stupid in my opinion. But here's what it is. There we go. Front end is in. Hey, now I gotta get the back end bolted down. The front end is just held in with 2 pins that you slide it into. The back end's held in with 2 bolts. And that applies to both seats. Alright, that's that seat. Now I'm just going to go ahead and put the last seat in. I'm not going to show you how to do that because it's the exact same way as it was with this one. And here it is, the final project. The seats are all in, the carpet's in, and let me tell you, it's much nicer in here than what it was before. If you like what you saw today, please consider subscribing to get updates on new videos. In the meantime, peace.